The state put forth a bunch of evidence in this trial in an effort to make you dislike me, to try to attack my character, so that you would just say guilty no matter what evidence they showed you.
Lori Vallow Daybell stood in front of a Phoenix jury and attempted to convince them that she had nothing to do with the 2019 shooting death of her fourth husband, Charles Vallow.
As the state has mentioned, they are alleging that insurance money was my motive. Spouses having insurance policies is not a crime. Collecting Social Security is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime. A family tragedy is not a crime.
No charges were initially filed, but after her children disappeared and were then found buried in the backyard of her new husband, Chad Daybell's property, Chandler, Arizona police reopened the case. Her 9-day trial involved her questioning Charles Vallow's sister, Kay Woodcock, her clashing with law enforcement, and her bullying a woman who had had dinner with Charles the night before he was killed.
Miss Woodcock, did you see or hear or personally witness me conspire with Alex Cox to kill my husband, Charles Vallow?
No, but I saw a ton of evidence that did.
Okay, you're a detective, right?
Correct.
You have to look at all the angles, right?
Correct.
You don't know what happened, right? You just stated that you weren't there, right?
Correct.
On the website that you met him, did he say he was divorced?
I'm not certain.
So you spent your whole date getting to know each other, talking about me.
Don't flatter yourself. No, we did not spend the whole time talking about you.
It took jurors about 3 hours to convict Lori Vallow Daybell. 2 months later, she was back in the same Phoenix courtroom, again acting as her own attorney.
Conspiracy is an ancient word that appears in the Bible on many occasions. Judas conspired against Jesus with the chief priests for 30 pieces of silver.
Object to, unless this is being presented at trial, I'm not sure that this is appropriate opening.
This time, Lori Vallow Daybell was in court for an attempted homicide case. The intended victim, her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Boudreaux.
If you thought that you had just been shot at, were you not worried about standing there in the driveway where someone could drive by again?
The person that shot at me was in the Jeep, and I had seen them leave. Of course, I was scared for my life, but I was told to go back to my house, so that's where I went.
Lori Vallow Daybell did her best defending herself and also tried the judge's patience.
If I open the door, do I get a hearing? We stop trial and I get a hearing
Stop. We'll have a very short hearing, okay? If you're going to introduce how you have great character and good character, we're going to have a short hearing on what evidence that they can bring in to rebut that character, which could include being convicted of 4 murders. So
And would you
talk to your advisory counsel during the break. And
You don't need to yell at me either.
yelling at you, okay?
Yeah, you are, and you do not need to talk to me that way. I'm very courteous.
Take her out.
I'm very courteous to you.
Take her out. No, you have been nothing near courteous to me during the course of these proceedings.
It took jurors less than an hour to convict her. She'll be back in court one more time for her sentencing. She could receive 2 more life sentences, in addition to the other 3 she's already serving in Idaho for the murders of her 2 children, JJ and Tylee, and the murder of Chad's first wife, Tammy Daybell.